Over the course of history, a lot of games have been made, like a lot, and each one is different. There are platformers, adventure games, horror games with better graphics, sound, gameplay or plot, or simply good and bad games, and most of the time all of this is something subjective that depends on each person's perspective. Well, except genres. Not that, that is what it is. And of course, you can find some games that are so good or so bad in something that there are unanimous opinions about it. Difficult because Twitter exists, but happens sometimes. And that is the charm of video games. Being able to enjoy the games you like without anyone telling you what is good and what isn't. Only enjoying what you, personally, enjoy. Like, I don't know, you can boot up Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival and do whatever you do on Amiibo Festival. And having fun, why not? Well, the message is clear, right? Good. This said, I'm going to completely omit this message, because there's a system to tell when a game is bad or good around the internet. Is it related to how expensive it is compared to its duration? Comparing the total content of the game? Simply by looking up the quantity of vegetable waste you can obtain? Not at all. This system is based on fishing minigames. Well, for this video it's going to be just fishing because it's convenient for me. Because every game is way more bearable if between the mission and the mission you take some time to go catch some good for nothing fish. You're only missing the hat. Let any fish that meets my gaze learn the true meaning of fear, for I am the harbinger of death, the bane of creatures ubiquitous. My road is true and unwavering. As I cast into the aquatic abyss, a man scorned by this uncaring earth finds solace in this sea, my only friend. The worm upon my hook, wriggling, writhing, struggling to surmount the mortal pointlessness that permits this barren world. I am alone, I am empty, and yet I fish. Epic. And the thing is that it is something surprisingly frequent in video games, present in almost every genre in a way or another. We have Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I just showed, and I like it a lot because the fishing appears as if it had a health bar. It's a nice detail, I like it. In most Zelda games there's always a way to fish. In Ocarina of Time, in Majora's Mask, in Twilight Princess, and Link's Awakening. It's a shame that you can in Breath of the... Oh, I guess that counts as fishing. I repeat, there are a lot of games you can fish on. You can fish on every main Pokemon, for example, so every Pokemon is automatically good, no discussion allowed. You can fish on Hades while you try to escape Hell. As you can imagine, the fish are not especially pretty. Technically you are able to fish in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but not on the rest of the Smash games because Isabelle is only in Ultimate. So Ultimate is the best Smash and that's final. You can fish on most Mario games, but you can on Odyssey, the best Mario game by far. Well, not counting spin-offs because you can fish on Mario Kart. Then there are a lot of games in which fishing is more than doing something extra to do, something that can be really important. I already talked about Pokemon, for example, and there's Animal Crossing too. I'm talking about the main games, not about Amiibo Festival. I'm not going to talk about Amiibo Festival anymore. In Animal Crossing we can fish some fish, which you can donate to the museum and that way you can feel important, or you can cook them in New Horizons, although it doesn't really has any important use, but hey, you cook. Then there's Minecraft, where the system is very similar. You craft a rod, you fish, and you can cook the fish you get. Only that the food is important here. You can also get some important items like enchanted books, and you also gain some experience, so fishing is pretty useful. I mean, I am completely serious here. Fishing in Minecraft is wonderful. I am sure there's people that bought Minecraft just to fish. I don't blame them. Kirby fishing. I don't forget about games in which you can't fish. Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games, but you can't fish there. So maybe I'll have to rethink my interests. Outlast is a really good horror game, but you can fish, so maybe it isn't that good. In Undertale there's no fishing, I think. Ace Attorney, no fishing either, nor in Splatoon either. In fact, it's not a good idea to get near water. Don't do it. All of these games are worse than the ones in which you can fish, I already mentioned and I will mention. See this? This is science. More games in which you can fish. In Mythopia, one of the things you can do with someone is fishing. You don't control any of the characters at any point, but there's fishing. And those modes are the best ones for me, so extra points. You know where you can fish too? On your house's table thanks to the AR games from 3DS. Literally any flat surface is better than Undertale. You can fish in My Sims. In Disney Magical World. Disney Magical World. For God's sake, you can even fish in Harvest Moon 1 World. Maybe it's not that bad after all. Think that this list could be worse. Amiibo Festival could be here. I will stop mentioning it now. I think it's clear at this point. Fishing is very usual in video games, you saw it yourself. Either being important in the gameplay, a minigame to clear your mind, or simply something that happens just because. Fishing is something that is very present, and the thing is, fishing can be so calming, or that's what I heard, I never fished before. Also for some, it is a lifestyle. And well, that's all folks. I just wanted to share a way to classify video games that has a lot of sense, I'm pretty sure you'll agree, because how can you possibly not? So we'll be leaving the video here. Oh wait, I forgot to mention a game in which you can fish too. Amiibo Festival.